Hi everybody, my name is Jo and I love to read. Welcome back to my channel, and today's video is talking about my 5-year anniversary on Booktube. Woohoo! 5 years. Oh my golly gosh, that is a long time that I've been doing this. I have had a break in the middle. I almost feel like I should scoot off that part of the start of my channel and just start from when I was consistent, because it always seems so funny to me to be thinking that I have been making videos for 5 years, and in reality I did have a very big break of like a year or more. But even thinking about that, that's still about 3 years that I have been slugging away at this consistently, and that is really cool. Really cool. I never thought that I would have this kind of dedication to hobbies aside from reading. I've always read, but I always felt like I was someone who gave up on hobbies fairly easily. I wanted to learn calligraphy and I was really bad at it. I like doing puzzles, but I never prioritized doing puzzles enough to be able to set things up. I was a horse gal and sold my horses when I moved out, or before I moved out a bit. I was into writing and I stopped. There's just all these different things that I feel like it kind of gave me a bit of an identity as hobby crisis, where I just felt like I never had any hobbies that I stuck with. But 5 years is a really long time, and I hope to be here for a long time since. I love talking about books, and I hope this is being fun for you guys too. In the past, these anniversary videos have been quite long because I've talked about some lessons that I've learnt. I don't feel like I've necessarily learnt anything new this year, just reinvigorated what I've already learnt in the past, be myself, do the videos I want to do, don't worry too much about my appearance, but do care a little bit so that it will help your channel grow a little bit and that you'll be happy with your videos. But ultimately it's the content. I say this as I am once again being unhappy about the state of my hair. I wish I had remembered to plait it last night when it was wet before I went to bed, because then it would be curly. But anyways, I have flat hair and it's absolutely fine. I'm just picking on myself. Today I really just want to talk about my stats and I guess anything else that comes to mind, but it's more just to check in again to continue this habit and just to see where I am now, what I've grown from in this last year, and where I hope to be this time next year. I'm going to talk about my subscriber growth first because that is really fun, and I just want to say as well again that I don't just do this for the subscriber number. I do it because I enjoy making videos, but content creators everywhere will say that subscribers are pretty exciting, so I like talking about them as well. At the start of this anniversary year, I had 101 subscribers. I was really stoked to have reached this number because when I came back to my channel, I was really trying to claw my way back up again because YouTube rewards consistency. Reaching the 100 subscribers was really exciting for me because I had such a big break for a long time and YouTube rewards consistency, so it took me so long just to claw my way back up to those 100 subscribers. So the fact that I was starting this year on a fresh new roll, everything was going up. I was increasing slowly, even though it felt like it was going slow. I was still getting there. I had done enough, there goes the dog knocking the camera, I had done enough consistent videos that I was finally getting somewhere with gaining some numbers. At the end of this subscriber year, which is at the end of July because my anniversary is on the 10th of August each year, I have now reached 258 subscribers, which is just so like, it's so exciting for me. It's a growth of 122%, which is just fantastic. I don't know what that's like in terms of actual business because I don't know those kinds of sales things, but for me it's really cool that to be 122%, that's a pretty big number, especially since I had predicted, based on the average growth over the years, I was predicted to be around 160. It's really fantastic that I was able to jump up to 258, which means adding this 122% to the rest of the growth percentages over the past 3 years. I've only done it from when I sort of restarted the channel again, not from the very beginning because I wasn't doing statistics there, but 3 years worth of statistics now. Averaging that all out, my growth for this year should be 80%, which means that my predicted subscribers is a bit scary, but it's 464 at the end of next year. Let's see how I go. This is kind of terrifying to think about that number. Hitting the 500 mark would be pretty exciting. but still getting to 464 is like insane. And I know that I'm pretty much halfway there because I'm at 258, but it's really scary to think about that. Hopefully things keep continuing to snowballing and rolling down the cliff and gaining traction and momentum, especially because I'm back here again. I'm pretty happy to say that although my engagement level is fairly low comment wise at the moment since I took my break to have the baby, but in terms of viewership and likes and gaining subscribers, it's still really great traction, especially for having a break and being so inconsistent. So now that I've come back to actually committing to doing one video a week, I feel like hopefully things will continue on the trajectory that they're going. At the moment, I really have enough ideas and motivation to do 2 videos a week, but I just don't think that it's sustainable at the moment. I want to make that 1 video a week consistently, upload it consistently, and then maybe after a couple months I might go back to 2, because really my baby's only young. He's only 2 months at the moment. I don't know how his sleep is going to continue to go. He's quite happy to nap in his bassinet and sleep in his bassinet at night, but he hasn't hit the 4-month sleep regression, so we'll see how things go. I don't want to pressure myself to do anything that is going to then bring me up consistently and then knock me back down again. I'd rather just stay the 1 video per week and just be happy that I'm managing that, because I honestly didn't think I was going to be back where I am right now, but I guess we'll wait and see. This is still very, very, very early days of having a kid, and it's only 1 too as well. It's not, I don't have 2 kids, I only have 1 at the moment, so we'll see whenever we decide to have another one. Now I want to talk about the top 5 videos of all time, as at the end of this anniversary year, at the end of July. This is pretty exciting to see the videos this year, and the videos that were picked this year or were viewed the most of all of my videos is actually really exciting because it's a lot of recent videos. I think all of them are recent, I'm fairly sure. And when I say recent, I still mean like 2 years ago, I think was is one of the ones that was the most popular. But it's pretty cool that I don't have the Booktube newbie tag as my biggest video, which is normally the biggest one for a long, long time for many booktubers. It's awesome that I've been able to find some videos that have been super exciting. In the number 1 spot, we have the 0 TBR shelf at 3.5k views. I still think being up in the thousands is just insane, and I know that these videos are going to continue to snowball like this and that people are going to continue to push their numbers up the longer that they're out, but it's still just, it's insane to me that it's received that many views. It's just absolutely crazy. It has knocked out the Clan of the Cave Bear, the Earth's Children series ranking. That was my biggest video, but now it is the 0 physical TBR, and I do get it. I think I'm very fortunate to have been on Booktube while I had this challenge, and that I was also fortunate enough to stick with it and win the challenge, or win the challenge to go through with it, to get to a 0 TBR, because I think that's something that a lot of people aspire to at one time or another. So it is something that is very topical, and it makes sense that it would get a lot of views. In the number 2 spot, we do have Ranking the Earth's Children series. It would be interesting to see if this one ever got knocked off any of the podiums or knocked out of these top 5 videos of all time, because this is a book series that has a lot of general appeal, but also not a lot of videos made about it. And there was a lot of conversation about a TV series being revived in it. So I think those mixture of things made it quite popular, and it has 3.2k views, which is still a lot, and I'm so proud of that video. I don't know what is my favorite out of those 2, because the 0 physical TBR excites me a lot because it was such a big achievement, and again, I am so happy that I documented that journey and was able to share it, but also just for me being able to look back and see that I can put my mind to something and achieve something that is really difficult. But I also have a very soft spot for the Ranking of the Earth's Children series, because I was really scared to make the video. I was quite terrified. If you've never seen it before, there are spoilers, so you don't have to watch it, but midway through the video I actually stop and talk about how I'm blushing and apologizing for it, that my cheeks are going all blotchy, because I felt embarrassed while I was doing it, because I was so scared of doing this kind of video. I didn't feel like I had enough substance to talk about, but it ended up being a really, really good video, and I'm so proud of myself for doing it, and I could never have imagined that it would be this good. And I must, again, as I have done every year that I've talked about this video, which I think it's only been twice, but still I must thank my mum for introducing them to me, because without her there wouldn't have been a video, because I wouldn't have picked up this series. But it is so fun, and hopefully I will get to do a reread of it one day, or at least a reread of my favourites. Next video is the ranking the Pillars of the Earth series, or actually the Kingsbridge series is what it's called. I do also want to shout out to David Wiley. He gave me the tip to also add Pillars of the Earth to the title of the video. I made this one shortly after the Earth's Children's one, and I was thinking, oh yes, maybe this is the trick to bringing in more viewers, is that I will do more series rankings when I finish them. And then I did this one, and it didn't do very well at all for a very long time. And that's the other thing with doing specific books or book series, is that you've got to kind of wait over time for people to come to you. They last very well. They don't date, because they're not something that ever loses its relevancy. You've just got to kind of wait for people to be at the stage where they want a review of the series. David gave me the tip to add in Pillars of the Earth, and so I then added it to the title, which probably is the search, and it gives it the biggest thing. And then I also added the text over the thumbnail so that it kind of stands out a bit more, and I was really glad that I was able to squeeze that in there with the way that it was. It's at 2.7k views, and I did go and have a look at my analytics for that particular video, and it is people, the majority of people finding it from the search is searching for things like Pillars of the Earth. So thank you, David. It's thanks to you that a lot of people have seen that video. The fourth biggest video is my first e-reader experience at 612 views, and let me tell you, if I didn't put the iPad in the shot so vividly where you can see the Apple logo, I don't think people would have clicked on it, because a lot of people, a lot of comments were like, huh? An iPad's not an e-reader? What are you talking about? And I got a lot of people that were a little bit annoyed, it seemed like, in the comments, or just offering a lot of advice that I should try a Kindle or an actual proper e-reader. So this was another video that I was so surprised that it sort of blew up, because I never imagined that people would have so many opinions on that. And I do agree, now that I have read on the iPad a bit, it is very hard to, my eyes didn't like it a lot, and I have ended up since in the last couple of days purchasing a second-hand Kindle to see if I still don't read a lot over e-reader. I don't want to buy a brand new one, and I found like a $70 one from eBay that just works exactly the same. It's just a bit older, and I do that with all of my Apple products and most products anyways, because I have an iPhone and I never want to buy the latest one because it's expensive. And I also like to get refurbished ones, because looking after the environment. And then my fifth top video of all time, which I'm a little bit surprised about this one as well, but it's creating a reading spreadsheet for 2022 with 462 views. I guess, again, it's a video that doesn't date. It's still relevant, even though I have a year with it. It's still something that'll probably come up. I'm gonna go now. I don't have much else to say, and I better go and see if little Miles is okay, if he keeps crying. Thank you guys so much for sticking around with my channel for another year, and to all the new people. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm really excited. I have some really cool videos coming out. I've just got to try and slot them in everywhere, because I'm a bit aware of more of like the meta booktube stuff that goes on in a creator's mind, is that I'm trying not to bombard everybody with the same kind of video. I've got a lot of discussion-y type ones that I'm really excited about. I want to talk about my year on the StoryGraph and what I've enjoyed versus what I haven't. I have a guide coming out to how to buy the right edition online. I have just all of these fun discussion-y videos. I want to talk about why big books don't intimidate me, and but I'm just trying not to use all of those good ideas up in one go. I want to filter in some tags there, and of course my wrap-ups, and I just want to spread out the good ideas throughout the rest of my videos so that I have good longevity and I don't just use all of my really fun videos up in one go. Thanks everybody so much for hanging out with me for another year, and I will chat to you guys in another video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!